I'm Lucy and today I'm going to talk about the most shocking festival I have been to in Taiwan, and it blew my mind. I've never seen anything like it. I have never seen it in a textbook or on TV. You know how Chinese New Year is so well known around the world? This festival is definitely not. It took me by surprise. If you can guess what the festival is before I say it, then please let me know in the comments below, because I knew nothing about it until I was there. So for anyone new to the channel, this is what I do. I talk about my life here in Taiwan, and if you're interested, then you can subscribe or like. And this week, I'm going to talk about a festival I was invited to during my first few months in Taiwan. So during my first few months in Taiwan, I was invited to this festival by some new friends, and I jumped at the chance because I love festivals. I love celebrating. I love a good party. And this was going to be amazing. They were going to show me their culture. They were going to introduce me to all this new stuff in Taiwan. And also it was in their hometown, which is super countryside. And I just imagined if somebody came to my hometown, how proud I would be to show them a festival where I live. And also it showed that they weren't embarrassed of me, because this is their neighbors, their family, their friends, their co-workers. And so I think you only invite people that you really like to your hometown. So when we started to approach, I saw all the lights, the big circles of flashing lights, and I was like, oh my God, there's a Ferris wheel. This is going to be like a fairground. I was buzzing. I couldn't believe it. I was going to a festival and I was so excited. And then we got a little closer and it turned out that it wasn't a Ferris wheel. It was a ginormous is the biggest word I can think of right now to describe this pig. It was the biggest pig I've ever seen in my life. Not alive. That was pinned to a board with light bulbs around it. It was tattooed and had a pineapple in its mouth. Definitely not a Ferris wheel. Definitely not what I was expecting. Never had I seen anything like this before. And it took me back. What? Why is there not one, but many giant pigs on boards? And then, of course, my friends explained to me that it is Ghost Festival. The reason behind this festival, the meaning, and it is a Hakka tradition. And these pigs are raised by farmers to enormous sizes, and then they compete to see who has the biggest pig, and then they sacrifice them and offer them to the gods and the ghosts during this month. And so there is definitely some controversy about the festival. But as for the rest of the festival, it was just like a night market, loads of vendors, loads of food, lots of new food, things that I hadn't seen before or things that weren't necessarily strange, I just hadn't tried yet. And so it was all really exciting. And they had games, like children's games, like they have in the night market with teddies to be won. And it was really fun. And it was nice to see so many people out and about, because this small town is usually very quiet. There's not many people on the streets. There's not usually this kind of hustle and bustle. There were families with young children. There were elderly couples. There were young teenagers dating. Like, there were people of all ages enjoying the atmosphere and supporting the festival and their local farmers, of course. It was really nice to see the local people spending money and putting it back into their town. And it was nice to see them spending time with their friends and their families and their neighbors. And it was just a really nice feeling. The atmosphere was really, really enjoyable. And I asked some young people why they were there, what it was they enjoyed about it, what they liked about this kind of event. And they told me that they were just waiting for the pole dancers. Huh? What? Yes, there were going to be pole dancers later. And I was like, in the street? Yes, they hire dancers to pole dance on stage in the street for everyone to see. All the neighbors, the teenagers, the young families, the elderly couples watched together, outdoors in the street. There was no way I was expecting that. No. I couldn't even imagine taking my children to a festival to play games and win prizes and teddy bears, and then there'd be giant dead pigs on one side and naked ladies pole dancing on the other side. I just felt like every part of this festival was surprising me. That I was like, oh, that's new. And then 10 minutes later, I was like, oh, that's new. And 10 minutes later, I was like, oh, that's new. Just everything about this festival, everything seemed to have me surprised. And I'm trying to say it in the most respectful way because I understand that it is cultural, but it doesn't make it any less shocking to me. Like I said, Ghost Festival, I had never heard of it. Lantern Festival, yes. Chinese New Year, yes. Ghost Festival, no. Never. Before I met my husband, he had never really been to many of these festivals before. I was surprised that in my first few months here, I had been to festivals and experienced more of these events than he had in his entire lifetime. So I was wondering if other Taiwanese people, if it's not in your hometown, do you attend these festivals? And have you ever taken your foreign friends there? I would say for my foreign friends, definitely if somebody invites you to a festival, go and learn and enjoy and experience it. Take that opportunity because you won't be invited often. And definitely if you're a Taiwanese person, invite your foreign friends to festivals, to Taiwanese events, because while you might think that it's of no interest, actually there's so much to be learned. It made me feel really included, really welcome. For this festival, I would definitely suggest a trigger warning. I would maybe mention that there are dead animals or check that they are not vegan first, please. But definitely don't not invite your foreign friends because it really does feel special to be invited. So if you knew what festival I was going to say before I said it, then please leave me a comment below. Tell me that you guessed right. And if you have been to the festival, tell me what you thought of it. I'm interested to know other people's opinions. I'm always learning, so if you know more about the festival, please let me know in the comments below because I love reading and learning. And please, if you like the video, click like and subscribe and share it if you wish. And I will see you next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.